Hey there, new patient group family. It is Coach Eric, and welcome into this week's 5 Fantastic Minutes. So glad to have you on board. And we'll give you an idea today that's coming out of a personal scenario that's playing out in my family's life currently as we speak. I'll get into more details on that in just a moment. But it's going to directly relate to the decisions that we make each and every day as consumers, as prospective buyers of quite a variety of products or services. Is we're making decisions, financial decisions, tough decisions, personal, intimate decisions based on how we feel. It's not just a money decision, it's a connection, it's a feeling that we have. We're evaluating many different options as we navigate the decision of making a choice. And this is no different in your practice. The decisions that your patients are making or your would-be patients of your practice. Who's making the right connection? How are they feeling about the choice that they're making, combined with what's the investment itself look like? And every industry, every product, and every service is a commodity to some level, right? Orthodontics, dentistry, no differently than the example that I'm about to give you today as well. And the example that we're dealing with right now in our family is a very good one. My daughter, Emma, was asked to be married just before Christmas. And so we've been having lots of conversations, many different things circulating and formulating around the wedding, venue, photographer, food, so many different things. And I've been mostly listening to my wife and my daughter as they share these conversations. Of course, I'm asked my opinion occasionally, but mostly I'm listening in. And it is exactly the same type of things that are going on at home as people are talking about who they're going to choose as an orthodontist or as a dentist. And so, for example, comments like, well, I just didn't really feel the connection when I was on the phone with this food vendor, for example. Or it might be a comment about, we're definitely not doing business with them, having just visited their website. Right? Or a good example, the photographer that my daughter, she's been on the phone with so many different photographers, and she comes back with the comments of, they were really great at answering my questions. They made me feel valued. They made me feel like my journey is special. And then others that didn't make that connection. And so now they're looking at, well, what's the price tags that they're investing into this photography session, combined with how did they feel about the connection they were making and about the passion that this photographer was putting into their wedding. And those two things are going to help them to make that decision. So it's not just about the connection. It's not just about the price. It's the combination of these things that come together that makes them get this vibe. Right? In each step of the journey as we are planning for this wedding, whether that was the venue, browsing their website, looking at all the pictures and images, and ultimately going to several locations to get a feel for the venue, but also a feel for the people that are going to be hosting them at this venue. The biggest one that I've discovered along this journey really has been the photographers, is just the connections that my daughter's describing with a few of them, the lack of a connection that she felt through the phone process, through connecting through their website, their portfolio, etc. Actually, the one that she thought was the greatest portfolio online is not the one that she's choosing because she didn't get the vibe that she was looking for. So as we wrap up this week's 5 Fantastic Minutes, I want you to reflect and think about these things. If someone were going home with their child, their husband, their wife, and discussing these things over the kitchen table, what would it sound like? Are you creating the vibe, the connection, the impression that they resonate with, that they are like, I'm excited to go through treatment with this practice. They had a different appeal to me than other places we visited. I don't care that they were a little bit more. It's worth the investment because they stood out this much more. So whether that be your website or your digital marketing on social media, whether that be the quality and caliber of how you're delivering that greeting of the new patient phone call, wrapping your arms around them as they consider coming in. Now they walk through the doors of your practice, and just the way that we as a practice relate to them and make them feel special. I want you to talk about these things right now and really ask yourself, what can we do better and be different? Enjoy the conversation. Thanks so much again for joining us. Make sure you're liking this video and make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel. Thanks everybody. We'll chat with you next time.